cheerful and fun summer look. Just kidding. I mean, it could be. Hey guys, it's Lockhart. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do this makeup look that you see right here. I just dyed my hair black, as you can see, and I'm feeling goth, I'm feeling fresh, I'm feeling evil. I'm gonna be playing with some makeup that I have never tried before, so you'll see how that goes. I was inspired by one of my favorite makeup artists and YouTubers. Her name is Jessica Hayes, and she is the master of the cracked out red eye. I decided to try to do my version of it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe before we even begin, just cause. And without further ado, let's get the fuck right into it. So first I'm going to prime my face using the Benefit Porefessional primer. For foundation, I just picked this up the other day. It's the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. This is the shade Porcelain. Alright, I'm going to try to just blend this in with a brush. Just don't really like using a foundation brush as much as I like using a beauty blender. So I'm going to just put some on this palette here, pick it up with the beauty blender and see if that, it just looks like it's going right into the beauty blender, like disappearing. But I see that it's going on my face, so that's good. Alright, I think it looks pretty good. Next I'm just going to conceal with my trusty dusty Tarte Shape Tape. Even though that foundation was kind of sheer coverage, you could just put this on any areas that you want a little bit more coverage and just blend that out. To set my face, I'm going to try out this RCMA no color powder. Everybody on YouTube uses this stuff. It's affordable. I wanted to try it, so I ordered it, and I'm going to lightly dust that all over my face. Next, I'm going to contour my face using this cute little palette right here by a brand called PS, and I think it's actually sold in the UK at Primark. This was given to me as a gift. It comes with some nice contour shades, so I'm going to go ahead and use the middle one to contour my face. To just put it all around the perimeter of my face, and that way I feel like I can avoid having just that one line of contour. Do you know what I mean? So I like to do the cheekbone, of course, bring it up a little bit, forehead, and then of course, jawline. To contour my nose, I'm going to go in with the lighter shade, and I said it before, but my nose contour changes all the time, especially if I'm using different things like cream versus powder. If you don't know what to do with contouring, I suggest just practice a bunch of times, do different things each time, and see which one you like best. So now that I've got my contour down, I'm going to bake by dipping my moist sponge into that RCMA loose powder and putting a generous amount under my eye so that it will also double as some fallout protection. So while that sits for a little while, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. So I'm going to moisten a spoolie with some setting spray and use one of my cute little moon soaps. Get some of that soap on the spoolie and then gently brush my brow hairs up. This cute little moon soap, I did an entire video try out and first impressions and review on it because it is so freaking cute, and I'll link that below if you want to check it out. I'm going to go in with a black gel liner for my brows. This is Colourpop gel liner in Swerve. Works great, and if it gets a little dry, you can just moisten it up with some Duraline. I always shade very lightly at the front of the brow because I like to fill that part in with mascara. Sometimes after I put the mascara on, it will really help unintentionally define any strays that I have, so I'll just go and pluck those out. And before I do any eyeshadow, I'm just going to make sure that anything that's already on my eyelids is blended out. Just make sure that there's no foundation or concealer in the creases. And then I'm just going to set that with some of the loose RCMA powder. So for eyes, I'm going to be playing with the Limecrime Venus palette. Just got this in the mail, super excited to try it out. I'm going to go in with Divine in my crease as a transition color. Alright, so I was having some camera issues, and in the meantime I did this eye just to make sure that I don't fuck up. Because this palette is extremely pigmented, I'm going to take some more of that loose setting powder. Too bad everything that I own is black, because this powder, just like cat hair, shows up a lot. I don't get too dry, so this step doesn't bother my skin. It doesn't dry me out. It helps with the fallout because I'm a sloppy bitch sometimes. So I'm going to use this powder right here as kind of like a guideline, kind of just where I don't want any eyeshadow to go. Now we already have Divine on our upper eyelid in the crease, so I'm just going to get a little bit of that and bring it down onto the lower as well. These shadows are so soft and pigmented, there can be a lot of kickback and a lot of fallout. Sometimes when I'm dipping in, I kind of like tap like that rather abruptly. I mean, I don't know, I just put 2 and 2 together and I figured this out. Just gently, you know, just gently get some pigment on there. You don't have to be mean to your palettes, you know. So we're gonna put Divine on our lower lash line. Next, I'm gonna be taking Muse all over the lid. And I'm going to do the same thing on the lower lash line as well. Going all the way to the inner tear duct. Next, I am taking this color right here, Creation. I'm kind of putting that all over Muse just to kind of warm it up a teensy bit, because it's a really nice, cool, like burgundy red, and I want it to be a little warmer because looking a little pink, and bringing that on the lower as well. Next, I'm taking this color right here, Icon, on a little flat angle brush. You just take the brush and push it along your lash line. I always like to go a little thicker towards the outer corner because that helps lift your eyes up, and then thinner towards the inner corner. And then I'm just going to go in with a little blending brush, make sure that the edge is blended. And if I blend off a little too much, I'll just dip back in and carefully put some more on. And now I do all those steps on the lower portion of my eye, all the way to the inner corner. And then we blend again. Next, I'm going to take Aura right here, right under my brow, on my brow bone. And then I'm just using the same brush and taking Shell, and I'm putting that on my inner corner. And I'm going to put some black in my waterline. This is the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Black Bean. For mascara, this is the Maybelline Falsies Volume Express Waterproof in black. Alright, these are the lashes that I'm using today. They're 251 Mega Volume by Ardell. But I'm using a dirty pair, so that was just me showing you a clean pair. Alright, that was like really sloppy, but they're on, and that's all that matters. We're done with shadow. We can wipe away our loose powder. I'm using the blush side of this St.Lucia little e.l.f. brush blush and contour duo. I am having to dip in like 1,200 times to get anything to show up on my face. I wonder if it was the powder. Does the powder make it so that shit doesn't stick to your face that well, or does this blush just suck? I don't know. I feel like the Venus palette is perfect for highlighting. I'm gonna try Shell and put that my cheekbones. Shell right on top of that blush seems to look really good. And then I'm just gonna do Aura on my Cupid's bow. Tip of my nose. Above each eyebrow. I do it really, really lightly right here. And then a little on my chin. Okay, so for lips, I'm having a hard time deciding. I've got two Limecrime Velvetines right here. This is Black Velvet and this is Dream Girl. Both would look super cute. I'm gonna go ahead and try Dream Girl. I mean, I know I love a black lip, but I'm gonna see how this looks. Alright, and here's the finished look. I absolutely love how this turned out. I'm happy with the products too. I think that the Limecrime Venus palette is, I mean, it lives up to all the hype that I've heard about it. I've heard that this is a great palette, and it is. And I can't wait to use the colors that I didn't try. The Velvetine, it was a little hard to apply for me for some reason. It's a little thin. The consistency is thin, and right now it feels a tiny bit dry on my lips. I'm replacing the Colourpop one that I had. I have this shade in a Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip, which is unbearable for me to have on my lips, and this does feel better, so I'm stoked on that. And I got it on sale, so. Oh, the RCMA No Color Powder seems to be really nice. The NYX Drop Foundation, I don't know. I look great right now. At first I thought that I wasn't gonna like this foundation because it was kind of like light coverage, kind of sheer. I feel like I had to use a lot more than I would normally use, but I think I like it. I'll have to see how it wears. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!